Hey there, tennis fans, and welcome back to Tennis Tenacity. Today we've got a juicy scoop that's hotter than a freshly served plate of nachos at a sports bar. You better grab your tennis rackets and get ready to swing, because we're diving headfirst into the most likely final season of the tennis legend himself, Rafael Nadal, in 2024. Let's start with a little tete-a-tete with Rafa. As he gears up for his farewell tour, he's not exactly popping champagne bottles and doing cartwheels. Nope, Nadal had a realistic outlook for the 2024 Australian Open. The man who's won Down Under twice before is looking at it with the same hope as finding a needle in a haystack. But why Rafa, why, you ask? Well, it's simple. The wear and tear on that body have been stacking up like a Jenga tower. But here's where it gets interesting. He's not here to win titles. He's here to say goodbye to the tournaments that have become part of his tennis DNA. You see, Nadal isn't just your average tennis pro. He's like that romantic character in a Shakespearean drama who's deeply in love with the game of tennis itself. It's a full-blown love story between him and the tournaments he's graced over the years. He wants to dance on the clay courts of Roland Garros one last time, feel the energy of Wimbledon, and embrace the fierce battles at the US Open. It's like a farewell tour for the ages, and we're all invited to the party. Let's talk about the piece de resistance, the 2024 French Open. That's where Rafa's eyes light up like a kid in a candy store. The French Open has been his fortress, his playground of red clay, and he's determined to give it his all one last time. Can you imagine the emotion in the air if he clinches that title again? Goosebumps. But wait, will his body cooperate? Will his feet and hips hold up for that final showdown on the hallowed grounds of Roland Garros? That's the million-dollar question that's got the tennis world holding its collective breath. The internal struggle of a tennis pro, staying healthy. It's like trying to keep a pet shark in your bathtub. Tricky, to say the least. Nadal knows it, and he's ready to wage this battle. He's been working with an army of physios and trainers, concocting a secret potion of stretching, massages, and unicorn tears to keep his body in top shape. Tony Nadal, the trusted coach and uncle of Rafael Nadal, recently provided some insights into Rafa's current state and his aspirations for the future. According to Tony, Rafael is in great spirits and back in training with an impressive level of intensity. The most significant driving force behind his training regimen is the dream of once again gracing the clay courts of the French Open. Tony emphasized that Rafael had not seriously contemplated retirement, primarily due to one compelling reason he's repeatedly expressed. He doesn't want to bid farewell to his illustrious career while battering injuries. Instead, his vision is to have a fruitful year and strive to compete at the highest level. While he acknowledges the increasing challenges each year brings, Nadal's unwavering dream to return to Roland Garros, especially if his body remains in good condition, as he believes he still has the potential to achieve remarkable feats at the iconic French Grand Slam. Boris Becker, renowned tennis pundit and former champion himself, has weighed in on Rafael Nadal's comeback, following his prolonged absence due to injury. Becker knew that Nadal would face a tough road during the Australian Open swing, given his recent injury struggles and the unseeded status he will carry for the first time since 2005. While Becker didn't set the bar sky high for Nadal's expectations at Melbourne, he acknowledges that any success there would be a positive step towards his recovery journey. However, Becker points out that Nadal's true focus lies beyond the Australian Open. He anticipates that Nadal will strategically aim for his preferred clay court season, including tournaments like Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Madrid, and possibly Rome. These events will serve as stepping stones for Nadal to regain his match fitness and sharpen his skills, with the ultimate goal being Roland Garros and the Olympics, both of which will feature clay court surfaces. Becker emphasized that Nadal must embrace the challenges and suffer a bit during the early part of the season to hit his stride in May, when he can bring his best game to the forefront. This calculated approach aligns with Nadal's determination to bid farewell to his career on his own terms, especially on the familiar clay courts of Roland Garros, where he has etched his legacy as the king of clay. But here's the thing about Rafa. He's like a magician on the court. When you least expect it, he pulls out a rabbit out of his hat and unleashes a forehand that could send a missile to its retirement home. That never-give-up attitude, the relentless spirit, is what makes Nadal, well, Nadal. It's what helped him win those epic battles against Roger and Novak. Remember those matches that had you biting your nails and wondering if you should book a therapy session afterward? Yeah, that's the Nadal magic we all know and love. As Nadal embarks on his farewell tour, it's not just about tennis anymore. It's a nostalgia trip, a roller coaster of emotions for fans who've followed him from his curly-haired beginnings to his warrior-like prime. It's about savoring every moment on the court, every thunderous roar from the crowd, and every drop of sweat that's gone into creating this tennis legend. Now let's talk about legacy. Nadal isn't just leaving behind a tennis racket. He's leaving a legacy that will be talked about for generations. The way he's inspired a whole generation of young players with his grit and determination is nothing short of legendary. He's not just a tennis player. He's a symbol of never giving up, of fighting until the very end. And that's a lesson we can all take to heart, whether we're on the tennis court or just battling life's curveballs. So what does the future hold for Rafa after his final season in 2024? That's another cliffhanger, my friends. Retirement? Coaching? Building a tennis empire? Only time will tell. But whatever it is, we'll be right here to cover it on Tennis Tenacity. And there you have it, folks. The intriguing story of Rafael Nadal's final season in 2024. It's a season filled with love, determination, and a sprinkle of uncertainty. Will he go out with a bang? Will he hoist one last Grand Slam trophy? Stay tuned to find out, because this farewell tour is one for the history books. Thanks for joining Tennis Tenacity on this thrilling tennis adventure. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an ace from us. Catch you on the courts, tennis fans.